Welcome back. So, I hope that you had a great Halloween, first of all. If you celebrate it, I don't know. I don't know if all countries celebrate Halloween. But if you're in a country that doesn't, comment below so I can know. Anyways, Scorpio season has been so insightful for me. Also, the new moon was yesterday, so the new moon is like all about new beginnings, and also since it's in Scorpio, it's also about like you looking at yourself truthfully, honestly, and cleaning up the behavior if you haven't been acting appropriately or in alignment to your soul. So a good way to tell is like, do you feel at peace with yourself in your life? And if you're experiencing like shame, guilt, all of that stuff, there could be two reasons. So one could be because you did something that was out of alignment with your soul, or the other could be that, so sometimes situations come so that we can remove old stuck energy. So if you're feeling guilt or shame, and it feels really intense, it could be like years of it coming up to exit your body, to come up and out. And also remember, sometimes we have to step into like these patterns so that we can heal them, especially if you're on the spiritual journey and you know that you're doing healing on patterns, and something comes up and then you really want to, like for me, like I've told you guys before, I'm pretty hard on myself, and so when I make a mistake, I literally I get so hard on myself, and then I feel like I need to be put in the corner, or like I shouldn't be around people. It's what my pattern does to me. It's really intense, and it's hard to get out of because I get so I guess a little bit depressive, and I get put in like I said, I think it's probably from childhood. Like you do something wrong, you get punished by timeout or whatever. I don't know if that correlates, but because I always feel like, oh, I need to be away from people. And I don't know if that's my soul knowing that I have internal work to do, or if that's because I'm trying to punish myself. But either way, I notice that these things come up. I'll be so happy, I'll be feeling so good about myself, and I'll be doing so well, and then something happens where I'm making a mistake, and then I'm like I want to just completely shut down, oh, that's it, but it's actually an opportunity to practice self-love. And I'm always preaching to all you guys about how we're just here to heal our patterns, and we make mistakes, and that you just be like, oh, I made a mistake, I'll do better next time. So it was really an opportunity for me to get to practice what I preach, and also work on my self-worth too. Yes, I'm still worthy. I'm still the person that I was when I made the mistake. Just because I made a mistake, it doesn't change who I am, and it doesn't change my intentions or my heart. It's just that sometimes things come up to be healed and to be released, and you can't heal a pattern unless you step into that pattern. So, let's see. What else do I have for Scorpio season? So, yeah. So then, also loving yourself the entire time through that. So, can you love yourself unconditionally when you feel that you've stepped, to the side? So, you're on your path and, you sidestepped by making the mistake, but in actuality, making the mistake was a part of the path, so you could heal this, so that you could let it go. You don't just heal it for you, You heal it for future generations, your children, your family line. You can even heal your family line that's like alive now. And a lot of times we want to push the mistake away. So like, I made a mistake. Let's not look at it. Just swat it away. Every time you think about it, you're just like swatting it away. You're not looking at it. And when you swat it away, it's just going to come back. So it doesn't matter how many times you swat it away, eventually it's going to come back until you go into it and the feeling associated with it and learn what it's trying to show you. And also accepting it and saying like, hey, yeah, I did that. Yes, I did that. But so the Ho'oponopono prayer, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, I thank you. It's a conversation with the divine, apologizing for the unconscious behavior you exhibited. So if you make a mistake, okay, like let's say you lash out on someone that you love and you didn't practice speaking calmly, like you were, like if that's what you were working on, I'm practicing speaking calmly and being more compassionate to others. And then maybe something happens where you're like, and also we can get into unconscious states easily when we've been overworking. So if we're overworking and then now a burnout is occurring, and so you're going on autopilot more and more, then you slip into that unconscious state, and that's when unconscious behaviors come up. So I lashed out at someone. So for instance, you lashed out at someone. And that was an unconscious pattern. And you're realizing like there's nothing you can do about that situation. Now you can't go back to the past, but you can forgive yourself and forgive yourself from all the previous times you've ever done that, and like love yourself because you deserve grace too. That's what I had to tell myself. Like I also deserve grace. I want to freely give grace to so many people around me, but I also deserve grace and I also deserve unconditional love. And from me, like I love giving. I don't care. Like I love giving and I love being kind and I love showing people that there is kindness in the world. And the only time I get mad about it is when I realize I'm over giving, right? So if I'm over giving, then I am going to get mad but it's me, because I am the one who crossed my own boundaries. Okay, and also this, if you're a giver, if you're giving somebody something and expecting something in return, that will also get you in a state where it's like you're gonna get mad if this person's not like responding to you the way that you want, or you're expecting something from them, especially if you have that complex that's like, I can save this person. So if you're giving and you're like, I want to give to this person because I feel like I can help them along their path. So there's a tie to it that you feel like you're going to make them better or something, but they're on their own path. They're doing what they need to be doing, when and how they need to be doing it, if at all. So like if they choose not to heal, then that's not on you. And if you giving like your time, your attention, whatever it is, with a desired outcome in mind, that's going to cause all kinds of frustration. It's not pure intention. And then we come into instances where you're giving to certain people and maybe you didn't see the truth about them yet, and then you do see the truth about them and you want to pull back and you feel bad about giving to this person because maybe you thought they were one way but found out that they were another. Because I do that sometimes too, where I get like, I see a truth about someone and then it's just like, well, that sucks. And then And then I really had to think. And then I really had to go into my why. So, like, I was like, okay, well, this is what I've been doing. I see how this person is now. Service to self versus service to other. You know, there's people who, they're takers. And obviously, takers are going to take when you're going to give. Like, and then they'll keep expecting it. But, okay, so for me personally, my motives came into question. So it's like, well, why are you doing this? Well, why do you give? Well, why? You know, why? Why do you want to be kind? Why do you want to show others kindness? And it started with this. Okay, after when I wanted to pull back my energy from giving because of that one person, then I started being like, so yeah, it was like I had to go in and look like, what is my motivation for giving? Why do I want to be giving, and why do I want to share kindness with others? Because sometimes to me, giving is being kind. And when I say I stopped over giving, I'm talking about like, I stopped giving because I felt like it's who I needed to be. And I started giving more because my intuition was telling me to. So then I was like, you know what? I don't have to be a good, likable person like everybody, you know, expects. I'm going to be the person who, like I have a really big heart. And when my heart wants to do something, then I'm going to be like, yeah. But I'm not going to over give. I'm not going to keep doing it because everyone expects me to. And I'm not going to keep doing things because, you know, like, it's convenient. I'm not going to do that. So, back to my motives. Okay. So I was thinking about why. Why do I do this? And what do I want to share with the world? And then I came up with this. It brought me to tears. I want to give. I want to show kindness and love because this world is in severe need of it. Because I truly do believe that love can change the world. And I know that divine love has changed me. And I will be a testimonial to that all fucking day. And I want to share some of that divine love that I feel every day. That divine love that has helped me and guided me through literally everything. And I want to gift it. And I want to gift it. I want to show people what it feels like. And I have no expectation except for maybe it will make somebody's day better. Maybe, you know, the energy will do the work that it needs to do. And I can get out of the way and just be me and be kind and at peace. And a lot of times when I shut down, then I get like harsh and a little bit rude, and I start feeling disconnected because I'm not showing up in the way that I wish to and who I am at a core soul level. And when I don't do that, then things start to get very monotonous. Things start to get very, like, mundane. And that's not really where I want to be at all. So, you can give someone kindness, you can give someone a smile, you can give someone any of these things without sacrificing your whole life or all of your money or anything like that. You can give in ways that aren't a burden to you. And, you know, have compassion with others, especially the ones that are still in suffering, because I think they need it the most. And, you know, I always think, and this is going to sound like Yeah, I know, but I used to think, like, why should I give this love when no one ever gave it to me? I used to think, like, oh, they can figure it out on their own, just like I had to. And I would be very not compassionate, not kind, and then I realized one day, like, that's messed up, because not a lot of people are as strong as me. Not a lot of people have that warrior spirit, but it's not a warrior just to fight. Like, maybe when I was younger, it was like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to take shit from anyone, and I'm going to just fucking fly off the handle most of the time. And I did that a lot. And I've learned to channel that into, I fight for my own peace. I fight for me, like, but in a loving way. Like, I fight for the version of me that wants to give love. I fight for the version of me that is a better, higher version. And I'm not putting myself in a corner or a box any longer like I used to, or like, making myself go on timeout because I made a mistake. Instead, I'm loving myself through all of this and still saying, look at who you are, though. Just because you made a mistake does not change who you are. Which is fucking brilliant and phenomenal and fantastic, and you change people's lives. Somebody came up to me and was like, you have an energy and aura that just transforms the atmosphere around you. And when you smile, you set people free. And people depend on that. And like, that really struck a chord in me, and I was like, oh my God, I really feel that. I really do. I really do feel like my interactions with others, like, I feel the light. I don't know if they do, but I just know that I do. And then I get closed off, and then I start hermiting again, and that's when the dark thoughts creep in. And that's when the overfixating on the things that I've done wrong happens. And it's not to say that it's like a bad thing to go through these things, but it's like, once you work through it, you can let it go. You don't have to keep it holding it in there. And you'll notice too, like, oh, it'll come up again, and you'll be like, oh, but I already went through this. And then after that, that's when you stop feeding it, because you've already learned the lesson. Remember what I said, you have to learn the lesson from the mistake. This mistake taught me what, and what will I do next time I'm in a similar situation? You can do that with any decision, but for some reason it works best with mistakes, because we realize that wasn't aligned with our heart, and then we could go into it more. But once we become more conscious, and then you apologize, ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, I thank you. I apologize for my unconsciousness. I recognize my pattern, I take responsibility, and I clear it out to the divine. And you could do that with any mistake or person, or I shouldn't say person, I should say the way you acted in certain situations. Because you don't have to, crucify yourself for being human, because that's what we came here to be, and we came here to work through things. And it's okay to let your journey be. Like, it's okay to let go and say, I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to be perfect. I'm probably never going to be perfect, and not make any mistakes. Because in my mind, perfection to me was always not making mistakes. So it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, as long as we learn from them. It's just the same like the kitchen. It's okay to make a mess as long as you clean it up. Sometimes, if you become conscious quicker, then you won't have to make such a big mess, especially like with relationships and things. But either way, if you do notice that you have acted in a certain way in a certain relationship, apology would be the right way to go about it. And the thing about the apology is, you're going to apologize for the way you acted in that situation. You're going to take responsibility for your side. You're not going to I mean, you might, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't expect them to also apologize for their part, because a lot of people aren't willing to look at their part, and they just like to play the blame game, which is also a trauma response. So trauma response and blaming people are from their walls around your heart. Right? So you're putting up these barriers in the form of that. In the form of blaming, in the form of victimizing. Like I used to be very much in victim mentality, and I was like, well, this shit happened to me, like no one was there, no one cared, but like the divine was always there, and that was the point. I'm on a spiritual friggin' journey, and I'm meant to do something more. I'm meant to. That's why I have a very strong and uplifting, committed relationship with the divine. So, let me think. I think that's it for me and what I've been going through and working on. Loving yourself through everything, taking your power back, loving yourself through that, being gentle with yourself and others, compassion. Okay, I'm just going to start pulling cards now, I guess, and see what comes out. There's a lot of times, too, where it's like, if somebody's jealous of you, or, you know, they're mad because you're doing well, or whatever it is, they're mad because they want to be like you, but they don't do their inner work, so I don't know. They will use weird manipulative things. Anyways, my advice is to not engage at all. Don't compete with them, because they will try to compete with you. Don't do that. Don't abandon your morals and your integrity. And as much as I say this, try not to get triggered. It's not always easy. But when we're coming from a more loving, centered, balanced place, it becomes easier. Just let them do whatever they're doing. You don't need to engage. Just keep doing you and focusing on what you're focusing on, and growing what you're growing, and learning what you're learning, and just let them play alone in the corner over there, because you don't need to be lowering yourself for people like that. Or anybody. You don't need to be lowering yourself. I don't even believe in competition. I think I've said this before. Some people are going to resonate with me. Some people are going to resonate with you. Some people are going to resonate with that restaurant. Some people are going to resonate with this restaurant. It's just the way life works. We have spiritual awareness, the 7th chakra. When my mind sways negatively, I remind myself of love, truth, gratitude, and spirit. And so a lot of times when our minds are doing, like for me, like I get like that thing where I do the guilt, over and over, and it doesn't stop, and I'm like I feel like the guilt is deep-seated, and it's probably because, you know, of my childhood. But the way that I like to change it around is to be like, well, I'm really grateful that this is happening because it's showing me this, and I wouldn't have been able to heal this unless this is showing up. Or You know, you just, or if you don't want to like be grateful about that certain situation, which is fine. Some people don't want to find the gratitude in all situations, but then you can just go to, I'm grateful for the things around me. I'm grateful for what I have in my life. And then, you know, make a gratitude list. Feel grateful for the divine. There's so much beauty around you. And also, you should be grateful to be you, even if you made a mistake, because, you know, you have a heart that says, I know that I made a mistake, which means that you have a good heart and you have pure intention. And that's an amazing reason to be grateful. Especially in a world like this, you know, like a lot of people are closed off. A lot of people, they don't want to look at the positive. There's only negativity, and all they want to do is look at negativity. And when you're a positive person, when you're an uplifting person, those people will be triggered by you. Why are you so happy all the time? Oh my God, like how can someone be so joyful, you know? And they don't believe it, even though it's right in front of them. But what can you do? You're grateful for being you. You're grateful for the fact that you have the awareness to even know that you're thinking negatively, right? Instead of just being in a thought loop of negative, 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 one to the next, to the next. No, you have an awareness that's saying, oh, hey, I'm thinking negatively. Be grateful for that. That's fucking amazing. I am the observer of my thoughts, and I do not let them bring me down. See? The observer of your thoughts. So, like I was saying, I had to snap myself out of it when I was like, oh, shit. Like, how can I go on? That's it. I'm just going to stay in my room forever. And I had to break out of that. So I had to I feel like I expanded. So like, my mind's doing this one thing, and then I had to expand out of that and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Because I also used to do that a lot too. Like, I used to fucking shut everything down with negative thoughts. Like, if I felt unworthy, then I would delete everything. I would turn my phone off for days or weeks, not talk to anybody, because I had no self-worth, and I didn't feel worthy, and I didn't want to be around people because I would maybe, I don't know, hurt them or do something to them. But that's how I used to think before my awakening, before all the work I've done on myself, because now I don't feel that way. So when something comes up, I'm like, okay, let's see a bigger picture here. Look from an eagle's eye, bird's eye view at the situation, what it's bringing up, what it's healing, where's it coming from, how deep is it? Is it from childhood? Is it ancestral? Is it from past lives? And you can feel it because the emotion will like jerk your body. Like when I feel guilt, it like jerks my entire body because it's so deep seated. And I think it's an ancestral pattern that went down my family line because it feels too intense for it to just be from my childhood. I remind myself to have gratitude and acceptance for what is, and to have the courage of my convictions. Again, happy about what you have, accepting everything as it is, and knowing your truth. When you know your truth, when you know who you are, you can solidify that within yourself, and that will help for you to stand stronger in your frame. So, your beliefs, your values. I value growth. So, because I value growth, I'm going to look at the situation from a perspective of what it can teach me and how this can make me stronger spiritually. And how can it make my sense of identity stronger? Because this showed me what I don't want to be. And now I can solidify who I am and who I do want to be, right? So that's great. I continually pursue a clearer understanding of spiritual truths behind all that is and all that is unfolding. I ask myself, is what I'm thinking the truth, and is it having a positive or negative impact on my life? Now that is a good one, okay? So like, there's a lot of spiritual truths out there that a lot of people don't really know. It's just like not common knowledge amongst the collective. So it's really good to study spiritual truths, right? Like Eckhart Tolle, you can read him. Dolores Cannon is great. I also think just branching out, looking up things that you're interested in for spiritual stuff. Like, there's a lot of people. Aaron Doughty's a good one if you want to go see his page. There's a lot of people that have wisdom that they're sharing. And so it's really good to, get out there and explore that. I use my imagination as I create and pursue my dreams and wishes. I ask myself, what do I want? That's great. Especially, this is the third eye chakra, so this is the sixth chakra. What do you want? Like I said with me, like I want to give kindness and I want to add value to humanity by giving them wisdom that I have acquired that, I want to help and guide people because I truly believe that this world could be amazing and a better place if everyone was open to doing their work, seeing things about themselves, stepping into their truth. And like, can you imagine like a whole world where like we embody peace and joy and happiness and positivity? That would be, yeah. So what do you want? Maybe it's not that. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe you want to write music. There's all kinds of things. Maybe you want to paint. Maybe you want to make YouTube videos. Maybe you want to cook. There's all kinds of ways to express yourself. And it doesn't always have to be about a career. Like, what do you want in life? What's going to make you happy in life? It doesn't have to be a career. Maybe you want to get married and have kids. Maybe your happiness will come from being a homemaker or, a provider, or like some people just are innately set up with the desire for love. And I mean romantic love. And this is because probably a part of their soul mission is either to be in a family. They probably have some kind of contracts with their significant other and children, and so that's where their soul would naturally be directed. A lot of people think like that if people are interested in a lot of people and they talk to a lot of people, I think that it could be that they want validation and approval of others and they're seeking that. That's a wounded a quality, but then there's other people who it's like, oh, they've been searching. It's like their soul knew. It's like they're searching for this person their whole life. And they don't know who it is, or even, like, consciously they don't know. But they just know, like, they're looking for romance because they're meant to have it and to find it with someone. And so they feel inclined to, like, explore any person that makes them feel any type of way. And, like, I don't think that needs to be judged, so. My thoughts create my reality at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. I use this power to create harmonious relationships between all of these levels. Yeah, so, mind, body, soul, that's how I used to do it when I first started awakening. Like every day, what am I doing for my mind? What am I doing for my body? What am I doing for my soul? And emotions. So, clearing like mental chatter, you can practice meditation. Physical, working out, going for walks. Emotional is you can dive into how you're feeling at any time, even if you're watching TV, you can dive into emotions that are coming up that are related to what you're watching, to dive into that to clear out more emotional stuff. And spiritually, so are you studying like maybe something about religion, or spirituality. I don't like to say religion, like spirituality. I'm always reading something. So what are you doing to help your spiritual knowledge? Like, are you watching people that have some? There's always something you can be doing spiritually. And even if that's just meditating and going into you more. I imagine the life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise, and discerning. In the quietness of meditation, I see and hear the truth. And that's true. So meditation, I guess, like, this is very much like you should be meditating, especially if you want to get closer to spirit, especially if you want to quiet your mind, especially because a lot of times, like, spiritual knowledge and gifts can be presented to you during meditation. So the guides really like it when you meditate because they have, like, access to you being out of the way with your mind and your ego sometimes. And I mean, we all go through ego deaths too. So ego death is like, this identity of mine is dying, and it makes you feel very raw and vulnerable, and like you don't know who you are, or like you're stepping into somebody that you don't know. You feel like you're an imposter, stuff like that. That goes hand in hand with ego death and possibly dark night of the soul. There's a lot of dark night of soul, because that's when you're very much in ego, and then the ego death strikes. So those were all good ideas too to look up if you don't know, like dark night of soul or ego death or things like that. You could look that up. That'll help your spiritual knowledge. And sometimes when you read things, you unlock hidden knowledge within yourself. So your soul and your heart minds already store a lot of knowledge from past lives. And also when you go to the other side, so right before you come into your incarnation, you do a lot of work over there for what you're going to be doing in this lifetime. And you can unlock that knowledge sometimes by being triggered with something. Like for me, it's reading something, and then it triggers something deeper within me. That happens a lot. And sometimes you can just do meditation and you'll hear a phrase. Or like if you're hearing a phrase while you're going throughout your day and that phrase really sticks, go into meditation and think about that phrase and quiet your mind until all that noise is gone, and then something will pop up, like some knowledge, some insight that directly correlates to what you're going through or what you need to know at this time will happen. You have so much inner knowledge and wisdom, and like half of the time we are using it and we don't even know it. But it's because, and then the funny thing is that we think we're doing stuff wrong, and it's like, you're not. You've always believed that, and you've always felt that way because you always knew at a soul level. And by backtracking on that, by trying to say like, oh, well, that's not how society does it, and like, you know, giving away your power to make a decision because somebody else suggested it, because that's how society does it, and inside you know you would never do that. That is ignoring your soul's guidance and intuition. And then later you'll find out and you'll be like, oh crap, why'd I do that? I knew it. And you'll always be like, I knew it. Oneness is my true nature. Another thing, we are all one, and oneness is like, so we are all one, and I feel at one with everything around me. And you know, sometimes that's easier said than done because of certain like energies, but the truth is, it's all, that's why I'm called cosmic fractal of light. I am the little piece of the bigger part, right? So we're all little cosmic fractals of light. We all are. And oneness is our true nature. And that means heart, mind, one. Body, mind, soul, one. Then if we go into it, like, I'm one with my cats. I'm one with my family. I'm one with the collective. We are all one. It's a law of one. So another thing about obviously you don't want to shut people out completely, and you don't want to be rude to them and be mean to them, because essentially you're just doing that to you, because we're all one. So if I'm mean to you, then I'm mean to me. And that's true, because it's like when you're mean to someone and then you have to feel guilt, and you have to feel shame, and then you know you didn't act in alignment with your soul's path, then yeah, that does hurt you. That does come back at you. When I'm in alignment with love, the love of the universe, peace cannot be disturbed. And that is true. When we're not trying to control, we're just letting go, letting things unfold how they will, not trying to, make somebody be a certain way, or trying to make things look a certain way, or, you're just being, and you're just like, okay, I'm doing the best I can, and it's all right. Everything's all right. And I am aligned with the love of the universe, because I am the love of the universe. The love of the universe resides within me. When I'm connected to my joyful present, I attract support from the universe. So that's good, because, like I said, when you're in like those guilt, shame, fear, all that, it's creating like a block around your receiving. So sacral chakra equals guilt. That's a block in the sacral chakra, guilt. Sacral chakra is about receiving, being open, being in flow, creativity. So when you're feeling guilt, then you're blocking the receptive energy that allows the universe to come in and, for you to get messages. So all that negative thinking, just think of it like it's like it clutters your aura and your chakras, and then you can't flow, which you need the chakras to be open so you can receive messages and flow in alignment, and to feel good too. Okay, I guess I'll get to the tarot now. So I'm going to do a reading. And this reading is going to be it's going to be an 8-card reading, so it's going to be a little bit different today, but I'm just going to tap into the energy. I don't really have any intentions, just to help whoever's watching. And please, Spirit, bring forth the best and highest messages, and yeah, we'll see what we get. Relax and flow. A lot of times when you're tightening up your body, that means there's a pent-up or stored emotion in there that needs to be released. Especially when we're holding on to things, it can translate into part of our body feeling tense. So that means maybe that you can go into certain areas of your body, think about them, send consciousness and awareness to them. Feel the emotion that's associated there. Let it be, let it flow through you, cry it out if you need to, scream it out if you need to, and then let it go from your body. If you have a lot of tension in your body, I would recommend somatic breath work. Release stored emotion. Interesting. 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 Okay, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna really get into this. Okay. So the theme is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is like competition. It's like you feel like you have to defend yourself. So for some reason, you're feeling like you're battling conflict, or you're feeling like you're trying to build something and somebody's getting in the way. And it could be, the funny thing is, it could be because they're jealous, like we were talking about. It could be that. It could be that you're feeling tempted to lash out at someone. So if that's the case, they're saying don't get caught up in the drama and conflict. Take the high road, lead by example, operate from integrity. Just because a dramatic situation is occurring around you does not mean that you have to engage. You can remove yourself and continue about this. Continue about this. From a place of where you stand in your morals. Okay, so with this card, the Seven of Spears came out, which is like betrayal, deception. I'm just going to read that card. The Seven of Spears represents deception and trickery. Someone may be trying to confuse you or hoodwink you. Pay close attention to your intuition now and trust your gut feeling. If a situation feels off to you, it probably is. No, that makes sense. So whoever's freaking trying to pull the wool over your eyes, there's somebody in your life. And that's another thing about the jealous people. They want to make it seem like they're friends with you, or that they really are interested, or like whatever it is, and then it's only to get to know you, to bring you down, or to betray you, or maybe someone's betraying you, and that threatens what you've built. Someone's causing conflict. It could be that. It just could be someone's jealous and causing conflict. I don't know if you know about this deception. Let's see. Let's get one more card for that one. Oh. Oh, sorry about that. So, that sucks. You didn't expect it, that's for sure. You did not expect it. You were excited about a new journey. You were excited to go, to go after what you thought was new, or whatever it was. I guess it's a person, I don't know, deception. So it's either that or you're betraying yourself. So self-deception maybe, or someone's deceiving you. And this is how I'm feeling about this. It's like, you're this kitty, and you're like, oh, let's go, we're gonna make a new friend, or I don't know, maybe you had a romantic interest. Hey, yay, we're going, and this looks exciting, and I'm excited to start this new beginning. And then this new beginning was like, oh, this person became harsh, quick-tempered, hot-headed, rude. And this made you feel like you need to defend yourself. And it looks like in the past, you did. You did. Because you have, in the past, you have the King of Swords. Right? Yeah. So, you were very much getting clear about whatever it is that you... Maybe that's when you found out about the deception. You're very much getting clear on what it is, what it was. Seeing it for what it was. Which may have turned you harsh, or maybe you're looking at things from a lens that's just too rigid. So maybe you're like feeling like you're stuck, or that there are obstacles that cannot be moved through. But the advice on this card is to let go of those rigid beliefs. This is the past, so maybe you did. Ooh. So you learned about the deception. Because you have the Chariot and the Moon, so like... the Moon is what's hidden, so that's like... And then it's incoming energy. So what you absolutely found out that, see, the Cheshire Cat was not what he seemed. You're going the wrong way. You learned you're going the wrong way. Hey, you're going the wrong way. This person or this situation is not what you thought it was. So, it's time for a change with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune says, let's follow our passion. Let's look at what is passionate. What do we love? What do we want to create? What lights a fire under us? And that's where we should go. So your intuition was right. Maybe there's somebody else, or because you have underneath in the subconscious cards, what's in the back of your mind is a relationship with an Empress. Okay. We're just gonna... I don't know. That's crazy. That might be good, though. That might be good, because that might be what you need to push you into... And if you're a guy, an Empress can be also like a boy. Wait, sorry. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, the Empress can also be a man, maybe, but he's abundant, right? So he's in touch with his receptive side. Great. Now we're at the present. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is action-oriented queen. She's going after what she wants passionately, quickly. She's creating a lot. She's creative. So maybe you're creating things. Maybe you got clear on what's happening, and now you're like, okay, now I know where I want to go. So what can I create? And you want to do it pretty quickly, it seems like. Okay, I just wanted to, because like I said, sometimes in the book, like for me, like I said, sometimes like when I see things, it triggers other things. So I wanted to read the Queen of Wands, and I feel like it's really good. I want to read it to you. Courage, confidence, independence, social butterfly, determination. The Queen of Wands represents self-confidence, independence, and courage. This archetype is charismatic, powerful, and comfortable standing in her truth. She doesn't make apologies for who she is or what she stands for. This card symbolizes the growth that takes place along the journey to become a strong and self-assured individual. The Queen of Wands embodies those qualities after enduring challenge and rejection. This card reminds the reader they have worked hard on themselves and have made great progress. So that is amazing. You're embodying the Queen of Wands because you're going after what you want, you're determined, you're confident, you're courageous, and you're like, nope, nothing's going to hold me back anymore, and especially not this situation. Because you've already been through it. You've already been through the challenges and the rejection, perceived rejection, or maybe not rejection, but, you know, maybe there's other challenges you had to go through, like, what's the other one? So rejection, it could be like, you know, you've gone through abandonment, it could be, but that's usually one thing, is like you gain strength from society, like putting you down, or not just society, people around you, people you love. They hurt you, they put you down, and you realize you're stronger for it, and now you can go after what you want because you know what you don't want, right? And you're ready. You're doing your work, and it's working, and that's amazing. And now something's falling off. So let's see what goes with this Queen of Wands, huh? Ooh. Oh, yay, okay. So these two cards came out. We have the Six of Cups, which is about what makes you happy. And this Two of Flowers is like, so now you know what makes you happy, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. And now you're in the beginning stages of manifesting that. Now you know exactly where you want to go. And you're like laying out the plan, the details to get there. So whether it's like a creative venture or if it's a relationship, you're ready to go after that. And because this thing, this person or thing, it makes you feel like, I want to say like giggly, like you feel like you're lit up and like bright-eyed, lit up, bright-eyed, and it softens you. It softens you, and it excites you to be alive again. Oh, I like that. Good for you. But it didn't come after, it didn't come easy, because look at all this that you had to go through. I just want to get one more to go with that one. So, oh, yeah, it's like you're going from lack, I don't have enough, I'm unhappy, I'm unworthy, to the most successful, stable, comfortable, happy freaking energies, day and night. Feeling like your cup's half empty to your cup's all the way filled to the top. Wow, that's exciting. Oh yeah, new beginnings on the bottom of the deck. New beginnings. with the Lovers and the Nine of Teacups, which is like wish fulfillment. It's about a partnership. It's about a partnership. I don't know if it's about a romantic partnership, but I think it is. I really do. But it could be about a collaboration. You could be doing something in business with somebody. You could be, I don't know, maybe moving out of one living situation into a new living situation, and like that one was horrible and your roommate sucked, and now you're coming into like a really beautiful roommate. Because I don't know, because it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a state of mind. Because in the future card you have is muy romantic night, and he rides off into the sunset. Okay, not like that, but he rides on his way. Very romantic, very imaginary, visionary, and he's like, I know what I want. See his cup? He's ready. He's going after it. He's going after it. He's very charismatic. He's romantic. He's creative. And also, you know, you can channel a lot of romantic energy into creative endeavors. So if you maybe are starting a business, or maybe you're starting a new job and you're just feeling very emotionally hopeful, it just seems like you're full of hope. You're really excited about this, you know what it is, and you're going for it in a very dreamy, romantic way. With the freaking sun, dude. The sun, which is the ultimate happiness, the most positive card in the deck. The light. Yes, with the Ace of Pentacles, which is the Ace of Hedgehogs, which is about a brand new material beginning. A brand new beginning in the material world. Something tangible. Yes! Oh, dude! Oh my god. Eight of Spears reversed. You're getting yourself out of that mindset. You're getting yourself unstuck. You said, fuck no, I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck, and I won't be. Oh, shit. That's amazing. Just keep working diligently on what it is that you're trying to go after. Whether it's a person, a business, there is need to, you're going to need to go into your beliefs, right? If you're being pessimistic, if you believe that, like, let's say, like, you're unworthy. If you believe you're unworthy, then that's going to show up in your interactions. You got to go back in and understand that you're worthy. You have to do work on your beliefs. What do you believe? I believe that I can be in a healthy relationship. Or I believe that I can make my dreams come true and go after this job that I want. I believe that lack is a lens put on me by society, and I can be abundant because it's my birthright. I was born abundant. All I have to do is let go of the lack mentality. All I have to do is let go of the victim mentality. I'm not a victim. I can leave anytime. Look at upside down. You're setting yourself free. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Damn. Justice is going to be served. I don't know what somebody did to you, but loss is a complicated thing. Loss is, it's hard because you build an attachment to somebody, and with that, it doesn't, like, it's not always healthy. And attachment doesn't always equal love. Attachment means that, like, you know, it's familiar. Now you're in the familiar. You're in that territory. Attachment is, well, I need you. Well, you have to be here. If somebody's treating you and deceiving you and all that, the loss, I'm not saying the loss isn't going to hurt, because this person was a part of your life. This person meant something to you. And it hurts when somebody we love does us dirty. And it's even harder to get the strength to step away and say, I love myself more than I love this bullshit. More than I love this person, but I love myself more than this attachment to this person doing me like this. To this person treating me less than, because I fucking deserve to be treated as a human being. I deserve respect. I'm worthy because you are. And anyone that's going to make you feel small or less than is not healing. They're doing their own work. They have their own journey to walk on. And unfortunately, part of your journey is going to be having to step out of that situation and showing yourself the love that you deserve and the respect you deserve. Interesting. Okay, so that was for the future. I want to go into the best course of action. This card is in the placement of the best course of action, and it's the Four of Swords. The best thing that you can do right now is rest and rejuvenate. Rest, take a time out, take a pause. There's a lot going on emotionally, and a lot of times it takes we want to keep pushing ourselves through things no matter how we're feeling. But emotional processing takes time and space. And when that's what you need, especially if you're going through a spiritual activation, I don't know why I said that, but maybe you're going through a spiritual activation. It takes your body more energy to process. So when you look like you're doing nothing, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes energetically that could be good taking place. But you have to give yourself time and space to rest and to create that space for, all that emotional processing to happen. You need to go through your process, and if you're sad, you need to cry. And if you're angry, you need to yell. Because even sometimes I've heard that when you're cutting a cord and you're releasing an attachment, it can literally sometimes make your body feel weak and in pain. And I guess they say it's kind of like a withdrawal or whatever. And maybe it's not a person. Maybe no, I'm pretty sure it's a person, but it also could be something you're doing. Maybe you're in a relationship with something you're doing. Smoking cigarettes or whatever it is that you feel like you hold on too tightly. But now you're stepping away from it's going to cause withdrawal. And it's also maybe that also goes hand in hand with the ego death thing. Your identity is going to be transformed. But you got the Queen of Wands, which was in the present, which sounds like you're pretty confident. So maybe you're ready for this to end, but you still have to go through the emotional process. Oh my gosh. We got the Lovers again. Best course of action is rest. Lovers. So go do things that you love. Be in balance and harmony, head and heart. Let's just read it. Let's just read what these two say. Okay, so this is you. This is the Page of Hedgehogs. And this is the Page of Hedgehogs is eager to be helpful and learn new skills, but is a bit ineffective at present. Opportunity is all around you now, and so is the potential working towards meaningful success and material stability. Explore new opportunities with common sense and your long-term goals in mind. Interesting. See what I'm saying? This is about you going after love. Like, I don't know, maybe it's something you love doing. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are harmonious and completely in sync with each other. The pair represents a partnership, friendship, or collaboration that is so effortless, united, and congruous as the bond between Tweedledee and Tweedledum. While the pair represents a harmonious union, this tarot card also carries an element of choice. Even the best friendships and partnerships will take work to maintain. Will you choose to nurture the connections you value the most? Are any adjustments needed in these relationships? Check in with yourself and communicate what's on your mind openly. So that's... See, the advice is that you're gonna go after what you want. You want to communicate with this person, friendship, whatever it is, friendship, love. But because of the emotional things that are going on behind the scenes, that's why it says the hedgehog's a bit ineffective at the time. So you have to come from a grounded, stable you're right? So you're ready to move forward, but you need to take time to rest and also, remain consistent. You want to remain consistent. You want to have your long-term goals in mind while approaching this. Yeah. So something needs... Oh. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. So you're going from lack mentality into abundance mindset. That's happening. Look at these cards on the bottom. So that's exactly why you need to... So you're going through the clash right now, the 3D, 5D clash. You're going through a spiritual activation. That's why I said it. Okay. Your perspective is changing. And because of that, your body needs the rest and the energy and the time to be able to process everything and to fully go through this transition as well. So once you go through this transition, you're going to feel brand new. You're going to feel happy, abundant, successful. But you just need a rest right now. The outside influences are the Eight of Swords. So that means that you feel stuck, but it's a mental thing. You're not stuck, but you feel like you're stuck. Or you might feel like you're trapped in your thoughts. You feel like you can't go anywhere. So maybe you're ready to go after what you want, but you're feeling like you're not getting the opportunity to, or that you're ready to go quickly, and the universe is like, okay, hold on. Like, take a rest. Everything's going to be good, but you need to rest and you need to heal this mentality, the lack mentality, the not enough. Either you think you're not enough, or you think you don't have enough materially. But here's the thing about material things. They don't matter. Do you think that somebody that has a mansion that's like super wealthy and, is super attached to their job, do you think that they are more wealthy than somebody who lives with their parents but yet has so much spirituality within them that is willing to work on their health, work on their balance, spends time on things that aren't material? The heart is the most valuable thing. And I feel like when people utilize their heart, and that's what really matters in this world, not money. The thing is, once you decide what you want, the universe is going to make a way for you to get it. So you don't have to have the means to get it. You just say, universe, this is what I want, let's do it. Like, you'll notice it'll flow to you. You don't need, like, physical material things. You will always manifest what you need when you need it, especially when you're on this path. Yeah, dude, you got the same you got the same freaking cards. It's because you're changing out of the abundant you're changing into the abundant mentality, the outside influences. You're in the beginning stages of manifesting something it is you really want. That makes your heart sing. That makes you very happy. And it's going to bring you so much joy. Yeah, you just need a little bit of patience. A little patience, and with patience, so you want to, if you're having those reactive thoughts, if you're having over emotional thoughts about what somebody did to you and you feel like you need to take it upon yourself to get like revenge or whatever, not revenge, it could just be like you need to be the one that gives the karmic retribution. That's not, no, you don't want to do that. You want to stay in your integrity. The universe is the one who deals the justice. You just need to remove yourself from any toxic situations and do your processing, and the universe is going to deal with whatever else needs to be dealt with. So just work on yourself and your health, mental health, physical health, emotional health. And this is your hope. You hope that you're going to be the happiest. You're hoping that this is going to bring you everything that you've wanted. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, this is about, like, commitment. This is about commitment. So, I think you're overcoming this hesitation about maybe commitment or something long-term that you want. It's about happy family partnership, and with the King of Teacups, it's just like the happiest. He's happy in his head, he's happy in his heart, he's just happy. Yeah. Oh, renewed faith. Renewed faith. Making a judgment call after loss. That's what you're hoping. And then we have what you're fearing. Just the Two of Cups in reverse. You're fearing the breakup. It literally says breakup. Or you're fearing distrust, you're fearing disharmony, or you're even fearing your own self-love. But I feel like it's all of them together, because that is the breakup is going to be the self-love. The breakup is going to be like, or the removing yourself from the situation, or whatever it is going to be the, okay, this is me choosing myself. Me choosing self-love. Maybe you're afraid to trust. Afraid of prematurely taking the wrong path, afraid of making the wrong choice. But at the bottom, it's like, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, you're afraid of your wish coming true. Maybe you're afraid of happiness. You're afraid of happiness. You're afraid of love. You're afraid of joy and simplicity and harmony. But this is also something that's changing in this activation that's happening, because it looks like patience, justice, the hanged man to the devil. So that's why you need a rest, because you're literally freeing yourself from this devil energy. Yeah. Spirit's helping you. Spirit's helping you free yourself from this energy, whatever's been keeping you stuck. Whatever's been deceiving you. Okay, and then what we have is the overall possible outcome. So planning for the future towards this loving venture, whether it's a person, whether it's a business, whatever it is very heart-based. It's intuitive, it's very heart-based, and you are making your plan, and you're going to make a progression towards it. But first, incoming, which is something that you're conflicted about, is the loss. So am I impulsively moving quickly towards this loss? Your head and your heart are conflicted, and you're not doing it. So you haven't done it yet. See, this is you, like, oh, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Because of subconscious fears. So you need to go internally, and you need to look at those fears, like I was talking about earlier, the belief system. So your beliefs, something in your beliefs, maybe you believe you can't be alone, maybe you believe you're not good enough for this thing, maybe you believe that you're making the wrong decision and you can't trust your own intuition about this. Either way, you have some kind of fear, limiting belief in your subconscious that's blocking you. Maybe it's about collaboration. Maybe you think you can't work well with others. Maybe you think you don't know how to be in a healthy relationship. Maybe you think you don't know how to build the business. Maybe you think you don't know how to do the healing. Whatever it is. But this is going to be equal give and take. This is going to be equal give and take. You fill up my cup, I fill up your cup. That's exactly how this is looking. Yeah, exactly. The painful ending is delayed. It's time to acknowledge the truth. This isn't working out. Moving on from what's familiar can feel daunting, but trust, there's so much more out there for you. It's time to get closure and leave the past in the past. See? This is blocking you. This is blocking you. When you're in a wishy-washy energy, it's blocking you. When you're like in an energy like I can't decide what I want to do, and you keep going back and forth, that energy is telling the universe that you don't know what you want, and so the universe can't deliver anything to you. So this other card that came out with it is entitlement, jealousy, and indignation. When he doesn't get his way, he becomes moody and lashes out at others. This tarot card can be assigned to make sure you're managing feelings of disappointment or jealousy in a healthy way. Bitterness, sulking won't do you any good now. This Seven of Teacups asks you to take inspiration from Alice and the Dream. Allow your imagination to wander. Daydreaming can be a powerful act of manifestation and form the framework of your future goals and actions. Tap into your intuition and let your mind wander. Who knows what adventures your dreams will take you on. And then this other card says that you should have a strong sense of fairness and you should be willing to fight for what is right. Remain direct and level-headed. Do not tolerate nonsense. This card reminds you to stay confident even in the face of adversity and stand up for yourself when necessary. Yeah. So you're not going to be able to move forward towards what it is that you want when you're having this energy blocking you, this energy of heartbreak and indecision. Yeah, it's keeping you from your Four of Wands, your happy family, your commitment, your marriage, whatever. That's what's happening. 3, yeah, collaboration. Yeah, you need to change your perspective on some things and realize that all things end. Good, bad. When you look at yourself in 5 years, where do you see yourself? Who do you see yourself with? What do you see yourself doing? Because if you're not in something or working towards something that you don't see long term, then you're kind of wasting your time, and like the cycle is over, the cycle's up, and you're still staying stuck because you're too afraid to leave your box of familiarity. You're too, I don't know if it's just attached to this thing or I don't know what about the jealousy thing keeps coming up. So either they're jealous or you're jealous. I don't think there's ever really a reason. Well, I don't know. I don't know what you would be jealous of. Is this maybe this person's intentionally making you jealous and it's causing you to lash out? Don't let people pull on your emotional strings. Enjoy the beauty around you. Enjoy nature and go after what you want. It's time to make the judgment call. What's going to make you happy? What's not making you happy? Okay, I'm going to pull one Spirit Ally card and then one Angels and Ancestors card to close this up. That was pretty intense. But, I mean, could be with anything. For me, it just literally feels like love. Like, I just feel somebody looking at somebody, like with so much admiration and love in their heart. And then I feel like some other energy that's like standing behind and watching you watch somebody else with admiration and them getting jealous. I think that's what I'm picking up on. But the cards, according to the cards, it looks like whatever this other thing is that you want, wants you, it also, so whatever you're moving towards, it wants you to move towards it. But whether it be a person or a job or a friendship, it's like this thing is really you guys are getting magnetized, but there's something in the way. That's what I feel. That's just what I feel. All right, Spirit 1, Spirit Ally card, please. okay, I'm going to take 2. They gave me 2. I'm going to take them both. Because, Spirit knows that I love to take messages from them. Snake. I flow with the cycles of life. Intertwined within the cycles of life and rebirth, Snake knows a thing or two about removing what no longer serves them. Once Snake sheds its skin, it emerges brighter and bolder than before. With this deep connection to the cyclical nature of the universe, Snake urges you to release what holds you back from being the highest version of yourself. You too can remove the layers of ego and expectation to transform into a more authentic version of yourself, a living embodiment of your soul. Knowing where to begin in this process can be difficult, but have faith. Snake will help to guide you through this. As each layer of the ego peels away, you'll soon see yourself in a new light. Your vibration is rising, along with your power to create your reality and manifest your dreams. What patterns do I want to let go of that are standing in the way of my ascension? Oh, the unicorn. Magic is real. Past the towering trees and the misted forest floor, Unicorn takes a sip from the river. Its black coat glimmers in the sunlight that peeks through the leaves, and its horn sparkles and shines. It looks out at the natural beauty that the forest presents. Dew-coated leaves catch its eye, and fragrant wildflowers engulf its senses. Unicorn teaches that magic is not limited to extraordinary events. Magic can be found from the moment you wake up to the moment you let your head rest at night. Whether it's the flowers that open in your morning tea, or the way that the sun shines just right before it sets, there is always magic to be found. Remain open to the mystical simplicities that are sprinkled throughout your day. Sometimes it's those little pieces of magic that can turn the hardest days around. What are some of my favorite magical moments? I love that. I always like to be like, oh, this was Spirit. Like anything I hear, if somebody tells me something, somebody does something kind to me, I'm like, Spirit, thank you. I know it's that person as well, and they obviously had to consent to be able to do that, and I think that's wonderful. I think it's wonderful that there's so much magic every single day. Like the leaves falling off the trees are so beautiful. The sunrise, sunset. Oh, God, this is a beautiful world. It has so many beautiful people in it, and these people people have bad qualities, but have you seen like how a community can do for each other? Have you seen? It's beautiful. There's so much to be grateful for. Our pets. We have the Fire Guardian. Ignite your passions. Connect with your desires. This spark could lead to something beautiful. The Fire Guardian represents the angel of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of and shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to a great expansion. Allow the Fire Guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by Spirit. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this moment. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection coming your way. See, maybe it's that new person that you're going after. Maybe Spirit's trying to redirect you, and they're like, hey, look, go after this person because maybe they have divine grace flowing through them. And like sacred sexuality, you can be a guy who has, if you're a girl watching and like, maybe you're looking at a divine masculine. If you're a guy watching, maybe you're looking at a divine feminine and you're trying to get out of karmic situations. I don't know. Or maybe you're in a pattern where you're stuck, like I said, like smoking cigarettes or drinking a lot, and maybe you're seeing somebody else that you want to start talking to, and you're feeling like you guys aren't syncing up, and that could be because of the thing, like the substance that's in between too. Like if somebody's drinking a lot and then the other person doesn't drink, it will, especially if they drink a lot, like every weekend, it'll conflict with the vibrational resonance. Okay, I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next one.